F-I-E-L-D, Dangerfield.
All right there. It's your favourite race traitor, loving you long time from Cambodia. Oh my God. I've got another clip from Good Morning Britain. I haven't watched it, but you might have noticed there's a pattern. This is becoming a series. It's Good Morning Britain, love watching. Let's check it out. Something about not playing games at school because damage. Like I say, I haven't watched it, so you might not even see this if it's jank. Here we go.
Yes.
Oi, steady.
What's wrong with tag?
What's wrong with tag?
Marie, essentially, what can turn into a boxing
What?
match.
Hang on. See, this is the problem. It's a problem when you use a non-British internet connection.
What's wrong with tag?
Piers, better safe than sorry.
Whoa, better safe than sorry. No, absolutely wrong. This video ends here, essentially. That's the wrong angle. Better take risks. Better respond to the natural and powerful male drive of risk-taking. And if you're sorry, good. You learn something.
And if there's anything I've learned from you, is that aggression is not necessary. And if we're going to be progressive...
yeah. No, aggression is necessary. It has a place. It has a function. It's part of group dynamics. And if you take elements out of group dynamics because you don't like them, because someone might get hurt, then the group starts to suffer. The health of the group suffers.
Let's limit aggression.
Why do you think
What do you
tag's
think?
aggressive, though?
Schools really don't do things like
boisterous, it's excitable.
Right. It's so easy for us to sit here and be like, oh, this school's done this terrible thing. They're working with the children every single day. They're seeing the effects of things and they're making this decision based on things that have been going on in the school.
No, because the school doesn't exist in isolation. They're making their decision based on things like the Overton window, based on things like this programme, based on things like the common consensus of the populace, based on media, propaganda and indoctrination. It's not that simple, but you think it is because you're trying to be progressive.
Do you think it prepares our young children for the real world
Piers,
when they're not even allowed to play tag? They're not allowed to win or lose in anything anymore. Now they can't even play
wait a
tag.
minute. Who's the winner in tag? Tag's not about winning and losing.
Actually, tag isn't competitive.
It's literally about one-upmanship.
I just said we're not allowed to win or lose at school anymore because of participation prizes. Now they can't even play tag.
That's not the debate we're having.
Well, I'm just pointing out that we are wrapping the kids in so much cotton wool. We are ill-preparing them for the real world.
I don't think so. I've never played tag in an office.
Well, this is just apart from this woman's ridiculous series of expressions, it's like she's created a character. She's like a puppet of herself. She's got her own hand up her arse and she's moving the mouth. But do we really need to go down it? I mean, I know this is low-hanging fruit, but Christ, tag doesn't prepare kids for adult life. I've never played tag in the office. Press F.
Okay, but
as a child,
she knows it's bullshit. Absolutely no. What? The hand. That's the limp wrist of the progressive orthodoxy right there. They know it's nonsense. They know it. It's just a position. It's just a power. It's just an opposition. It's just a rubbing the noses of people who, I don't know, want things to be good. Oh my God, look how long she holds it for. How much longer can she do? 5 points for every quarter second.
Fun.
Shocking! Absolutely, forget everything else. Forget everything else. I'm going to go back in time. Get your clock watch, get your stopwise, get your Big Bens ready. Big Ben is the bell. Look how long she holds that for. With a hand. Can you imagine doing that on national television? Imagine being the woman that done that. For this long. Ready?
so much.
Go.
Well, we are ill preparing them for the real world.
I don't think so. I've never played tag in an office, okay? But
As a child,
One,
A, it's
two,
fun.
three,
B, you have
four.
to have psychology.
And then she even done the Lovejoy look at the camera of life. Did you get that? What a bizarre specimen she is. I mean, she's just desexualised herself. 100%. Her husband is at home trying to retrieve his penis that has been withdrawn up round somewhere near his heart now. And that's not for love. It's not for love. I had a comedian mate, and he used to do this joke, and he says, just out of the blue, there's no lead up. He just says, I just say to my girlfriend, it went all over your tits, but I was trying to put my love on your heart. Continue.
Will say you have to have a certain amount of risk in the games that you play. Otherwise, you do not learn resilience. You do not learn coping skills. And actually, what tag does is release a burst of dopamine, a happy hormone. We want our kids to be happy.
Why are we even...
Happy hormone. £10 a bag.
Honestly, why are we even debating this?
I am sort of feeling a bit like that, but, you know, it's Tuesday.
The idea that we are now debating on national television. Last week we were debating, is anyone allowed to clap anymore?
Not allowed to clap anymore because it causes anxiety.
This head teacher...
And this is a fair point, actually. I mean, that is the state of the nation. A nation so broken. A nation so lost. A nation so full of guilt and shame that it bends over backwards to accommodate literally any other. And then you've got all the mad sort of virtue signals like not clapping just in case. And no tag. What do you think playgrounds will be like in the future? Lay down. Just lay down. Lay down. Get down.
Bright is trying to be so virtue signalling.
I don't think so.
Hang on, let me finish. She's now saying we can't play tag, but she wants them to clap instead. But
hang on, I thought clapping was banned.
last week we were told that the clapping triggers anxiety. What do we do now?
Also, I'm a little bit concerned.
We can't play tag, we can't win or lose.
I'm a little concerned.
Oh, it's lost it on Good Morning Britain. Come on, we need some kind of referee here. She's leaned forward, the chin's up. Prepare yourselves.
Concerned about this holding hands game. I'm not sure I want children to have to hold hands with each other if they don't.
No, and
it's
also
not holding hands. It's
playground.
Clapping triggers anxiety.
Oh, that's all you need to know. It's this. You know, the game that girls do. That's what they want to replace. The boisterous, running around, show of strength, development of hierarchies that boys do. The dangerous risk-taking game. I mean, you know, it's got somewhere when tag is considered dangerous. You know, there's such a lack of adequate rituals for children to turn into men. They're absent in our culture. You look at traditional old historic cultures where there's a rites of passage, where movements, where changes from childhood into manhood are marked by celebration, are often marked by ritual, considerably, frequently marked by some kind of pain. But no, they should do what the girls do in England. Yeah.
We've just been told that.
We're not talking about that today. Can I just say, if you want to have your dopamine fix, save it for the rugby pitch. There's a lot of organised sport. We want to encourage sport.
Save it for the regulated, save it for the rules. Take everything out of it that actually teaches kids. Take their part out of it. That's just shocking. You know, there's something wonderful about those sort of sporadic, sort of, you know, almost inherited oral traditions that go on in playgrounds. But she doesn't want that. No, save it for teachers and rules and lines and times and don't grow. Don't develop properly. You know, and I know this is laughable, and it's ridiculous. But it's part of a bigger picture. And the picture looks like England sinking.
In school.
We do, but
with
that's
a
not the
referee.
point.
Why would you want to ban tag but encourage
It's a
rugby?
playground. We want our children to play.
Seriously,
Hang on,
explain
I'll tell
to
you
me
exactly
why
why.
tag is apparently worse than rugby.
Because it's a team sport with an end goal, encouraging skills that you can use
What's tag?
in when you're in adulthood.
Yeah, you know, rugby. I've often played rugby in the office. You know, play. The concept of play is just fundamental to the development of children. If you observe children at play, it's marvellous. It's when they're at their most efficient mentally and physically. It's when they're having to think on their feet. It's when they make choices and when they make decisions. It's when children start developing an agency. You know, play is almost like an activity that continually threatens the limits of its own imaginary enclosure. And it's no surprise to me, and again, look, this is bullshit, obviously, but there is an attack on play. There is an attack on what is essentially freedom. You know, everything needs to be drawn out, limited, explained, expressed in advance. Follow this line. Do what this says. Don't go over there. Don't go below this. They're the rules of a game like rugby. But play isn't sport. Play is something quite different. It's magical. It's marvellous. And it's disappearing in all features of society, not just childhood. Just the idea of playfulness. You know, playfulness in adulthood, it works with irony and satire and pastiche and parody, and censorship is quick to attack these things as well because they see the danger of it. In much the same way, you'll notice that dictators will often, book burning and the way they deal with arts. And art itself is a form of play. It's a play of semiotics. It's a play of signs and symbols and meanings and culture and history. Artistic expression is almost like the sort of logical development of childhood play. And we see this being fucking cut. We see this being limited. We see this being restricted throughout our culture. And a culture that loses its ability, not only its ability to play, but the motivation to play, has had its communal bollocks chopped off and fucking served for dinner.
Tag is one-upmanship, so I expect you.
Yeah, yes it is. There's a lesson there. And to ignore that lesson, to remove that lesson. Good luck. Good luck in the future.
Love tag.
Tag is one-upmanship. Tag
That's
is
all
just
it is.
tagging people.
It's just going, you're out, you're
But
out,
then the
I'm
next
better.
one goes, it's fun.
No, it's not you're out, I'm better. It's you're out. This time, I'm better. Next time, you'll get a chance. What, you don't excel in this? You might want to play something else. You might need to practice. You might need to develop your skills. You might need to get a different strategy. Like I was talking about the other day in my stream when we used to play 40-40, which is a kind of advanced version of tag. And I realised I didn't have the speed to run to get back to the sort of thing and say in or out or whatever it was. But I was small, so I could hide. And I learned that over time. I learned that because being told that you lose hurts. Being told that you're last hurts. It has an effect on you. It's a motivating element. And we need those. Children need this stuff. Speak.
Kids need excitement, they need energy to sort of get back in the classroom feeling they've had a bit of fun in a playground.
They
It's
need
called
to
a
run
playground,
around the
they do. They've
playground.
got
And
to
I
burn
tell
up
you,
energy.
Holding hands isn't getting rid of any energy.
It's called a playground, not a rule ground. The rule ground is inside. And it's absolute hell for children.
Totally agree. I
So
want
what
more
running
sport.
around can they do in the
I want-
playground?
I want more sport. She wants more rules. And less play. What a psychopath. I bet her children are having a great time. Down at the suicide clinic.
You can do
We
sport
could do
as well.
running.
You know,
We do
tag is a very
skipping.
consensual game. You can join in it when
Skipping. She suggested skipping. She suggested this. They can play dress up. There's a whole host of things that children can do.
you
Is
want.
it?
You absolutely
Well,
you
I
can
remember
leave
having
it when
some-
you want.
No way.
Do you know what? I
Absolutely.
think the audience are watching at home going, what is going on?
It's because
Seriously.
they probably get.
My audience are saying that all the time, Piers.
Why
Use
are
it.
we even having these conversations?
It's basically about limiting aggression.
There you go. It's basically about limiting aggression. It's basically about limiting masculinity, the development of masculinity in young boys who are masculine Well, they certainly used to be.
People getting in touch on Twitter are saying this. Stacey, banning tag. How are children going to learn how to get back up in life after they fail? Games such as tag make stronger and they learn from their
But it's not a game. That's the point.
a game.
It is a game.
It's a game.
It's not a game, Tag. It's torture.
What is
If you have a dinner lady on looking after kids for 15 minutes a day, she's not there to referee essentially what can turn into a boxing.
No, she's absolutely not. She's there as a passive observer, waiting for children to go to her. They don't need looking after, and they know what to do when there's a problem. They're not spasticated. They're children. Do you get that?
Match. I've got a 5-year-old,
And it's fucked. I guarantee it's a fucking mess.
last week he came home with a massive bruise on his chin.
Oh my God. A child with a bruise. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I was at the hospital every week as a child and every other week as an adult.
From the playground.
But it doesn't need reference.
Oh, we got to get rid of the asphalt. Dig up that tarmac and replace it with 4-metre thick cotton wool and just roll the kids down it for playtime.
Oh, no,
Really?
did he? Is he okay?
Oh, Piers, please just stop. And
Seriously?
you know what?
No, absolutely. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You come across like a 5-year-old whiny schoolgirl.
Pathetic.
Consider it a little.
Aggressive kids.
What's with all these gestures? What? Just stop. Speak.
Consider
Get
it a bit.
socially excluded. Basically, if you're too aggressive in that game or too boisterous, other children do that pro-social thing of pushing them out of the game.
Anyway, this ain't going to go anywhere. It's bullshit. More bullshit from this morning. But, you know, imagine adults play tag. Wonder what that would be like. I used to like sticky glue, where everyone puts their arms out and you have to run under them. And Feet Off London and polo. Used to love playing games as a kid.
Headlamps,